Today, we're diving into a really gripping short story about a solo flight. It starts out on a perfect starry night and ends with a complete and utter mystery. So let's break down the key moments of a journey that took a terrifying and maybe even unexplainable turn.
I'll take the risk. This one line, it's everything. It's the moment our pilot has to choose between playing it safe and pushing forward into danger. And what's driving him? Just the powerful, simple desire to get home.
But, before we get to that big, risky decision, the story starts out just perfectly. Our pilot is flying his old Dakota plane from Paris, and he's heading home to England. The journey is totally calm, the flying is easy, he's just happy thinking about his holiday.
Just picture it. From inside the cockpit, he's looking out at this beautiful, peaceful night. The stars are out, the sky is crystal clear, it's almost magical, flying high above the sleeping countryside. I mean, this is the very definition of a perfect flight.
And you gotta understand what's driving him. He's not just flying a plane, he is going home. He's dreaming about his family, his time off, and, a big English breakfast. This deep personal pull is what makes his next decision so difficult.
But that calm, perfect night, well, it's about to end, abruptly. The clear sky gives way to an obstacle that is just as sudden as it is massive. He doesn't just see clouds. No. What he sees looks like enormous black mountains just standing in his way. The sight is so imposing, so dangerous, and totally unexpected. His easy flight home just slammed into a solid wall.
So, here it is, the big dilemma. The safe, logical choice is to turn back to Paris. But he doesn't have enough fuel to fly around the storm, and that dream of being home for breakfast is just pulling him forward. So, what does he do? He takes the risk, and instantly, his entire world just vanishes. He flies into the storm, and everything goes pitch black. The plane starts to jump and twist around. He's completely blind, just hanging there in a turbulent, dark void.
And then, things go from bad to catastrophic. I mean, instantly. First, his compass just starts spinning uselessly. Then, the radio goes dead, no contact with anyone. A moment later, all his other instruments are dead too. He is completely cut off, blind, and totally lost.
Okay, so just when all hope seems lost, at his most helpless moment, something impossible appears in the darkness. It's a turning point that's even stranger than the storm itself.
Right there in the middle of this violent storm, another plane just appears right beside him. Can you even imagine the shock? To be completely alone one second, and the next, to see another aircraft flying steady, right next to you.
And this isn't just any old plane. It's a strange, black airplane with no lights on its wings, which is incredibly unusual and super unsafe. And yet, he can clearly see the other pilot's face. The guy lifts a hand, waves, and gestures for him to follow. A silent, mysterious guide has just shown up.
In his desperation, what else can he think? He decides this pilot must know he's in trouble and is there to help. It's a total leap of faith, but it's the only lifeline he's got in this storm.
For a tense, long half hour, he just follows this silent guide, trusting him completely. But then, a new terror sets in. He checks his fuel tanks and realizes he only has minutes left before the engines cut out. The clock is ticking, loud.
Just as the fuel is about to run dry, his guide leads him down. He breaks through the bottom of the storm clouds, and there they are. Two long, straight lines of lights, a runway. He's landed at an airport. He's safe. The relief must have been just overwhelming.
So, the danger of the storm is over, but it's immediately replaced by a new, much deeper mystery. The story isn't over just because he's on the ground. Nope. The real question is just getting started.
So what's the first thing he does? He wants to find the pilot who saved him. He walks away from his plane and heads straight for the control center. He has to find that man and say thank you.
And this is the final, chilling twist. He asks the woman in the control tower about the other plane, and she just looks at him confused. She checks her radar, and her answer is just stunning. No other aeroplanes were flying tonight. Yours was the only one I could see.
So, that leaves us with this huge, unresolved question. If there was no other plane on the radar, who was that mysterious guide? A ghost? A hallucination brought on by sheer terror? Or something else? The story gives us no answer, leaving the mystery to fly on.